Right, and what we're going to be changed to? We're going to be changed into those celestial beings, man. Right, and the scriptures also say Israel is going to be made a new threshing instrument, man. Right, the scripture says we're going to be turned into the Lord's battle axe, all right. So the Lord's going to be doing all kinds of destroying, so He's going to get His men involved in there, and we're going to be having our hands upon you devils as well, man. Right, it's going to be a damn beautiful thing. That's why the scripture says here in Job the 20th chapter on the 3rd verse, all right. Knowest thou not this of old, since one was placed upon the earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, right? So you've been in power for a little over, 400, 500 years, right? Something to that effect, all right? And you're joyous about that small achievement, all right? But in comparison, right, the power, the rulership that the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans is going to be given, right, is power and rulership, right, for an eternity. See, one man's going to live 1,000 years, a full day, right? He's going to be putting grievous burdens upon you Edomites, right? Namely, maintaining the upkeep of our kingdom, right? All right? But really, after that 1,000 years of hardcore bondage, you Edomites going to be wiped off of the face of the earth, man. And that's going to be a damn beautiful thing. So, but see, the scriptures say, understanding what happened to where, the spirit, right, within the actual spirit itself, man. Right, you can't really destroy the spirit, so that's gonna have to come amongst those, those dark nations. See, you're gonna have to have, the Most High gonna have to perform surgery on those spirits, so you take out that wicked algorithm out of them, right, before they go amongst those dark nations. But the name of Esau, the name of Edom, right, the name of Amalek, that's gonna be forever done away with, man. See, when you get down to the further bits of this scripture, right, right, when you get further down within the scriptures, man, right, further down in the scripture, it says, the eye also that has seen him shall see him no more, man. Right, so you're gonna be like, damn, where's the devil at, man? Where did Esau go, man? See, you've been seeing this devil doing all kind of wickedness now, but you ain't gonna see all those kind of devil. You're gonna have all kind of dark nations up in the kingdom, man. Everyone's gonna have their melanin all dark up. Basically, you're gonna look right, all right? You're gonna look right, all right? So let's get the next verse. It says, though His excellency mount up to the heavens and reach the clouds. So you see the excellency, right, of Esau, right? You see the skyscrapers and the so-called great buildings and all of that really Jake built it up, all right? So you see His excellency mount up to the heavens, but principally when you see His excellency, when He sends His chariots up into the skies and all of that, man, His so-called, what do you call them, the space shuttles and all of that, when they go up into the sky and all of that, it means like, damn, man, this man is kind of badass. But see, that's because people don't see, right? The Most High hasn't opened up the spiritual eyes so you can see really how the Most High rolls, right? And then there's an example within the scriptures, man. Two men, the man of the Lord was going out there to war, man, right? And the dude kind of got shook up, right? And the Most High opened out his spiritual eye, and it was like, damn, man, right? What we got around us in terms of military force, right? Namely the chariots and all of that you couldn't see, you can't see on your day-to-day basis, man. Right? They outweighed, right, the military force upon the enemies, and the same thing that we're going to be going into. It's the same times that we're going into now, man. Right? It seems like it's a small number. See, 144,000 seems like a small number, and 1/3. But see, the 1/3 ain't going to be out there all battling and all of that. Not necessarily, but most of them might have it so. But the 144,000 ain't going to be he's going to be the principal fighters, so you can understand, man. The principal soldiers, man. They're going to be battling out there, but that seems like a small number going up against Esau's armies, man. All right, going up against Esau's technology and all of that. But see, what we got behind us, which is namely the name of the Lord, right, the power of the Lord, and the angels of the Lord, right. That's a greater force than that's a greater force, man. Right, I can't think of any better way to describe that fact. All right. I get back into the book of Job, right? The 4th verse, it says, "Yea, he shall perish forever like his own dung." I got down to that bit. It says, "It shall fly as away," right? He shall fly away as a dream, and it shall not be found. Yea, shall be chased away as a vision of the night. So we're gonna be rolled up in the kingdom. We're gonna be alright. Gonna be nice, man. And we be like, damn, man. I remember that Edomite, right? Man, it's a beautiful thing that Edomite got taken away from out of the earth, man. All right. It says here, The eye also which shall see him no more, neither shall his place behold him. Right? His children shall seek to please the poor, but shall restore them to good. So when you go into that word restore, it means we're gonna take those goods, man. Right? We're gonna take what's ours, man. All right. Namely the whole earth. When you go into the book of 2nd Ezra, right, and he says, after these Adam also whom thou hast made Lord over all creatures, right, of him come we all, and also the people whom thou hast chosen. And it goes on to say, if the earth be made for our sake, why don't we possess an inheritance thereof? So, see, because we went on from the Lord's statutes and commandments, people have forgotten. They got some real masters out here. When Jake goes in rulership, when the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans are in power, man, they ain't gonna be hiding right behind they ain't gonna be hiding behind anything or anything like that, man. You gonna see your rulers in that day, man. Right? You're gonna see your masters, man. And they're gonna be there, and they're gonna have a rod of iron, man. They're gonna have a scepter. They're gonna bash you Edomites' heads in, you're gonna bash you heathens' heads in, man, until you get right, man. You do right. Right? You build our kingdom up right. Alright? It says there, his bones are full of the sin of his youth, right, which shall lie down with him, right, in the dust. Though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though his spirit forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth, right? Yet his meat and his bowels is turned, right? It is the gall's asp within him. It says he has swallowed down riches, and shall vomit them up. So he swallowed down the riches of these different nations and all of that, man. He's gonna vomit. He's gonna throw that stuff back up, man. But the Most High is gonna have it to where he's gonna restore all of those things, man. All right, now let me jump back onto into the book of Habakkuk. All right, we go down to the 6th verse. Right. Right. This is Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, and the 7th verse. It says, Shall they not rise up suddenly, right? That shall bite thee, and awake, that shall vex thee, right? That shall be for booty. So Esau's gonna be for spoil, man. And really, what you gonna find out, man, when they taking spoil over these Edomites, man, I really ain't gonna even get to that stage. See, when they get to the stage of all out war, that's when the Most High is gonna have to step in, right, and complete the job, man. All right. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, and all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee. So all the remnant of the people is going to be the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. Everyone else is going to be subjection underneath us, man. All right? What's the proof of that when you go into the book of Amos, the 9th chapter, and the 9th verse? Right? 9th verse on down, it talks about the remnant of Edom and the remnant of these different nations. Right? We're going to have it as a possession. Right? So all of these different nations are going to be subjection underneath us. Right? And Esau's riches and all the riches of these different nations is going to be for a spoil for us. All right. Says, woe to him that, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna jump to the next precept. That's what I wanted from that. It's gonna be in the book of. I'm gonna go to. Go to Isaiah, the third chapter. Alright, this is Isaiah 33 and 1. Alright, it says, woe to thee that spoilest, and that was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously. Right? And that was not dealt treacherously with. So, who else but Esau could that be, man? Alright? Who else dealt with all of these different nations, right, treacherously, right? And nobody really, no one really, because the Most High set up a mark upon Esau, man, that no one was gonna mess with him, right? But what does this devil do? He goes up throughout these different nations. He's dealing treacherously with these different nations. So the Most High said, "Woe unto them." What does woe mean, man? It means destruction, man. Right? It says here. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We waited for thee, right? Be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. It says, the noise of a tumult, right? The people fled, and the lifting up of thyself, and the nations were scattered, man. right? And it says your spoils shall be gathered like the gathering of a caterpillar, right? And as the running to and fro of a locust, right, shall he run upon them, right? So pretty much, man, right? You know, with that, you know, you're gonna find out that the Lord, right, because you've dealt treacherously with all of these heathens, the Lord's gonna rise up suddenly against you, right? And he's gonna make it to where he's gonna have it to where, right? He's gonna raise up these different nations against you, man. Right? This is Isaiah 63:1, right? But like I was pointing out, the Lord's gonna be getting he's working as well, man. He's gonna be doing some destroying as well, man. All right. This is Isaiah 63:1. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom, with dyed garments from Basra, right? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness, right, of his strength." It says, "I that speaketh right in righteousness, mighty to save." And then as Isaiah asked him, you know, "Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, like him that treadeth the wine fat?" He said, "I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people that was none with me. For I will tread them in the fire of mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood," right? This is the Lord speaking. "Their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, right? And I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come." All right. So the coming, right? The returning of the Lord, right? And the fact that he's going to be redeeming his people is come. But you can see the manner in which the Lord is coming back, man. All right. He ain't coming back peaceable. He ain't coming back to where everybody's gonna join hands together like these Christians believe. Everybody's gonna come together and they're gonna join hands and everybody's gonna have a lovely time, man. It ain't gonna happen like that, man. Right? It ain't gonna happen like that, man. All right. It's the book of Joel. Joel 3:1. Right, yeah, this is the book of Joel, the 3rd chapter and the 1st verse. It says, "Behold, in those days, and in that time, will I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem." So, we're in the days when the Most High is bringing again the captivity of the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, he's taking away that captivity away from us, so you can understand. Right, right. He's lifting up his people. In fact, jump to Amos, real quick. Amos, right, the 9th chapter, and the 12th verse. Right, this is no, I wanted the 11th verse. It says, "In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, close up the breaches thereof, right, and I'll raise up his I'll raise up his ruins, and I'll build it as in the days of old." So, men that you're seeing out there throughout the four corners of the earth that are rising up for this truth, that's the tabernacles of David being, and I'm talking about the truth and sincerity, because you see it. I'm going back and forth between the scoffers and I'm going and Esau, man. Right? You're gonna have the devil destroyed, and you're gonna have the 2/3 of Israel destroyed as well. Right? It ain't just gonna be Esau that's gonna be destroyed, man. It's gonna be these heathen nations, right? And it's gonna be the 2/3 of our people as well. Right? And we're in the day when the Most High is turning again he's turning again the captivity of his people. He's coming back to the redeemer out of captivity, so you can understand, out of slavery, so you can get it. All right. It says, "Behold, in those days, and in that time will I bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, right? And I'll also gather, right, nations, and I'll bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead them there, whom they have scattered amongst the nations and parted my land." So they scattered us amongst these different nations, man, right? By way of that slavery, right? And then they parted the land amongst them. Right, but pretty much who's got the main bit of land that's important, right? It's the land of Israel, and it's them Amalekites that are up in there, man. But like I said before, that's just a military presence within the Middle East, right? And they use that for for strategic movement, right? Right, to to wreak more havoc upon this, upon these the Middle Eastern people, man, the Middle Eastern countries. All right. It says, and they have cursed lust for my people, and they've given a boy for an harlot, right? And they sold a girl for wine, right? And that they might have drink, right? And that's pretty much just talking about, right? When we was put into captivity and we was put into slavery and all of that, man. All right, that's what that's talking about. See, but then in so doing, and so the Mosai and so the Lord, right, bringing again the captivity of His people. All right, He's also going to put, He's going to also put them in slavery as well. Right. Let me jump to the book of Isaiah. Right, and this is one of my favorite scriptures, man. It's Isaiah the 13th chapter. Let me read the whole thing on down, man, because the whole thing is pretty darn good, man. Right, it says the burden of Babylon, right, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. It says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain and exalt thy voice unto them and shake the hand, and then we go into the gates of the noble. So when the gates of the noble, man, we're shaking the hand. Well, you're letting you people know your kingdom's getting ready to be destroyed, man. Right, so we're playing your part, and in turn you scoffing and laughing about that, right? Because the vision, like the scripture says, is is for an appointed time. You don't see it coming to pass like that, right? You don't think that the thing is going to come. So you're playing your part. But here's a precept to that. Here's the book of Proverbs, the first chapter, and the 20th verse. It says, "Wisdom crieth without; she uttereth her voice in the streets. Right, she crieth in the chief places of concourse." So you got into where the men of the Lord are in the chief places of concourse, right? They're letting the word go out there, man, right? And by the Spirit of Yahweh, by Shimmy outside. All right, so the word is going out there, all right? And it says here, how long you simple ones will you love simplicity? But you got the simple that hear the word, but they don't take heed to the word. Right? See, the scripture says, man, the Most High has put a curse upon the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, man. All right, ears that they should not hear and eyes that they should not see, man. All right, and it says here, how long you simple ones will you love simplicity? Right, and the scorners delight in scorning, and the fools hate knowledge, man. Right, and it says, turn you out my reproof, and behold, I'll pour my spirit unto you. So if you took heed to the word of the Most High was going to have it to where He's going to pour your spirit unto it. But see, for you to take heed in the first place, you're going to have where it speaks about in the initial stages of this precept, namely Proverbs, the first chapter and the 7th verse. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So when the instruction came and the reproof of that came, right, you didn't have the foundations, which is the fear, right, that was going to set it upright within your mind, right, to get the understanding. All right, it's back in the 23rd verse, and it says, turn you at my reproof, and behold, I'll pour my spirit unto you, and I'll make known my words unto you. All right, it says, behold, because I have called, and ye have refused, and I stretched out my hand, and no man regarded, right, but I have set at not all my counsel, and will none of my reproof. Therefore will I laugh at your calamity and mock when your terror cometh, when your destruction cometh. So, man, it's all right, man. You dudes can scoff and you can talk all kind of madness and all of that, man. Ultimately, we're gonna have the last laugh, man. Right? Even the brothers that have died for this truth, they're gonna come back, right? In there, right? The men that died for this truth, they're gonna come back, right? They're gonna laugh, man. They're gonna be raised up, and they're gonna laugh. They're gonna be the first ones on them chariots, man. Right? And we're gonna get together and we're gonna laugh. We're gonna have a good laugh about polite, right? About Shaka Amos, right? About Nate Satan, right? And really all of the people that are scoffed, man, the Edomites, man, right? The Edomites, the Germany, all of these people, man. Right? We're gonna have a good laugh about them. We're gonna rejoice when we see your destruction and your fall, man. Right? Because we spoke about it. Didn't take heed, right? More so than that, you thought it folly. All right? Back in the book of Isaiah, the 13th chapter and the 3rd verse, it says, I've commanded my sanctified ones, right? I've called my mighty ones from mine anger, even them that rejoice in mine highness. It says, the noise of a multitude like as a tumultuous noise, kingdoms, right? And nations gathered together, right? For the Lord of hosts mastereth up the host of battle. So you got all of these nations getting ready to war out, man. the Most High is putting the spirit within them, man. They're getting roused up, man. All right, they're getting back into that right state of mind, man. So the scripture speaks about I think it's the Arabs or the Iranians, man, remembering their old spirit, man, getting back into their old spirit, man. All right. It's the 5th verse. It says, "And they shall come from a far country, from the end of heaven, right? The Lord and the weapons of His indignation to destroy the whole land." So the Lord and His weapons, man, they're gonna come from a far country, man, right? From China, from Russia, right? It's like a long distance to hit America, but they're gonna come. They're gonna come from a far country, but it's still the destruction gonna come in like an hour because of the speed those weapons is gonna be coming in, man. All right. It says here, "How ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, right? And it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faced." So you got dudes out here that think they're some kind of strong, dudes and all of that, man. They ain't gonna be mentally ready, man. Right? They ain't prepared for what's gonna come to this earth. Right? That's what the scripture says here, man. Therefore shall all hands be faint, man. See, you ain't gonna be, you see, the Most High is gonna take away that strength, that pride that vast majority of the people out here have, man. And He's gonna remind you who He is, man. Right? He's gonna remind you that He's the one that sets up life and takes it away when He desires. All right? It says here, "Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart melt, and they shall be afraid, and pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them, right? And they shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth, and they shall be amazed at one another, their faces as flames. And behold, the day of the Lord cometh cruel, both in wrath and fierce anger, to make the land desolate, right? And He shall destroy the sinner thereof out of it." So when they say